Good morning. I'm so glad that you are here with me today with Love Your Midlife. Um, I'm just so excited about doing the podcast and the videos, and I hope in some way it might be helping you deal with a couple of the things that you're dealing with. So, I am dealing with a cold, and that's why I sound like this. It's just that time of year, right? And I've got the grandkids around, and everybody's just passing everything back and forth. So, but the good news is it's almost Christmas and New Year's Eve, and I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. We have five birthdays in December, and so it's like birthday, crazy birthday month, and Jesus's birthday and Christmas, and I love to decorate. And um, oh my gosh, this is such a wonderful time of year. So I hope everything's going really well for you this time of year. I am going to do a couple of videos and podcasts about how to have a little bit easier holiday, just maybe some tricks and things that I've learned over the years. And having a big family really causes you to really pay attention to things and what's important and what's not. Because I have, six children and seven grandchildren. So um, it really causes you to take notice of a few things so you don't drive yourself crazy. I'm so glad that you're here for the video, for the podcast. I would love for you to subscribe and like if you're finding things that are helpful or interesting, or you want to pass on to friends. It's always really appreciated by me. So I love to hear from you. I do answer every comment I get. I love to hear from you. Things of interest for you, things you might be struggling with. I am a coach, but I'm also a mentor, and so I love to respond to you and help you with anything that I can. And so I wanted to talk about something really positive today. Um, I had a couple of topics that were a little bit more serious, which are important. We do have to look at those things, how to deal with our junk, and some things like that. So, but today I really wanted to focus on something that I think every woman wants to claim, and that is how to be bold, beautiful, and confident in midlife. So, how do we be bold, beautiful, and confident? And what does that mean? And I think really it means embracing you and who you are. So we're going to go over a few things of how you can do a better job of embracing you as a person, you as a woman, you, and maybe you're in your 40s or 50s or 60s, and there's all kinds of things going on, but you can still embrace you. And when we embrace ourselves and we really value ourselves and we really build up our self-worth, that really causes us to take serious reflection of who we are as a person. And we can step into that and be bolder. And out of being bolder and out of being confident comes beauty. Because beauty really comes from the inside, doesn't it? I know for years I struggled with my body image, and oh my gosh, I weighed 120 pounds. I thought I was fat. People would compliment me and say, "Oh, wow, you look great in that." I couldn't take a compliment. And all of that was going on inside of me because the outside of me looked pretty. But if we don't feel these things on the inside, we are never, ever going to be happy with us, with our body, with any part of us, our career. We're always going to be struggling because we're really struggling with us on the inside. Our mind, our soul, our heart, all of these things need to be lined up the way you want them to be lined up. And then you will come across as bold, as beautiful, and confident. So let's talk about a couple of these things. And I think this is a great time of year to start thinking about you and start thinking about moving into next year. And I know you're buying gifts and wrapping gifts, and I know it's crazy, crazy, crazy. I get it. I've got 6 kids. I've got a big family. I love to decorate for Christmas, but also prioritize things and go, wait a minute, let's think about this for a second. So if you're struggling with your appearance, or if you're struggling with your confidence, or if you're struggling with your self-esteem or your self-worth, sometimes the holidays can put more pressure on that. You know, I had a friend that just lost a lot of weight. She said, I hated the holidays because I always had to go to a party and I couldn't find anything to wear. And she really pushed herself and lost weight, and I'm so proud of her. But holidays can bring up and push on our insecurities even more than normal. They can kind of make them come up to the surface. It could be a family member that picks on you. It could be a friend that always looks like a 10 out of a 10. Like, it doesn't matter what she puts on, she looks amazing, totally amazing. Um, these kinds of things can kind of give us cause to have angst over our insecurities, over the things that can pop up this time of year. So I think one of the first things I want to do, and I know that was kind of a long introduction, but it's so important that we get our head around this, is do love yourself. Any way that you can find to love you, whether it's giving you a hug, whether it's trying on different things, finding something that looks really good on you, but love on you. You love on your kids, you love on your mate, you maybe love on your mom or your dad, but you don't love on you. And stop shaming yourself, and stop believing some of the stories that are going around in your head, like you're not good enough. If I just lost 20 pounds. You are where you are in your life for a reason. Believe me, it's part of your journey. It's part of your story. Embrace it, wear it, live it, talk about it, be it. I have to tell you, a few years ago, I went and saw Maya Angelou at a university. She spoke. I'm sure you all know who she is. She's a very famous writer. And she got pregnant when she was 16. She grew up on the wrong side of the tracks and actually had a difficult life for a while, and turned it all around and became incredibly famous and was known all over the world for her books and what she said. And what she said up at the podium is, everything that has happened in my life, I bring with me now. That was so important for me because I had broken marriages. I had lost a child. I had some very, very traumatic things happen to me. We don't bury them. We don't shame ourselves because they happen to us. We bring it with us. It's part of our life. It's part of our story. It's part of loving you, instead of going, I don't know why I did that. I can't believe I married him. Maybe you have issues with your children. They're all part of your story. So instead of shaming yourself and pushing them down, believe me, anything that has happened to you is a strength because you have weathered through something. You have weathered through something, and you need to bring that with you. Don't be afraid to be alone, especially this time of year, and especially this time in your life. Don't be so quick to always want someone else's opinion. Well, I don't know what I should do. And spend time alone with you and listen to your heart and listen to your intuition, because you know what's best for you. Believe me, you do. It's just a lot of us don't give ourselves the time, and we don't pay the attention to that thing that we need to. But you do know what's best for you. I coach women all the time. They know what they want. They know what's best for them. They just need a friend like me to help them step into it and go, yeah, I do want to write a book. They don't need to ask 10 people what they think. So there's strength in the silence of you. There is strength in you paying attention to what's going on, what kind of positive thoughts you're having. There's strength in that. And I just did a podcast on this, but try to avoid the trap of comparing yourself to others. This can make you very bold and very beautiful and very confident when you let that go. You don't fall into that trap. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about the woman that always has the right clothes. I'm talking about the women that have the expensive bags, and I don't have that. And does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Think about it. It doesn't really matter. And I know women that are massively insecure and they hide behind all those things. They need that to feel better about themselves, or they need to make a comment about your purse or your shoes. And I am over that. I love it. I just let it go. I don't care. I buy what I want. I wear what I want. And I don't need the approval of others. So just know that comparing yourself to others is a trap. It can even be a habit. I have known women over the years where it's actually a habit. It doesn't matter what's going on, they're always comparing themselves to someone else. Don't waste your energy on comparing yourself to other people. Spend your energy on your self-worth. And that goes right into seeking other people's approval. Be a strong woman and validate your own feelings, right? It is kind of tricky, but give yourself the freedom of not seeking other people's approval, of going, I like this. I want this. This makes me feel good. Of course, it's okay to ask your friends or your husband, what do you think of this top? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Bottom line, what you're thinking is more important. It's absolutely more important. And do remember there are people out there, toxic people, where if they know that you are looking for validation, they can even be mean or cruel. And you know what I'm talking about. This has definitely happened. So, okay, everybody has a story. So we just talked about Maya Angelou and how she was able to bring her life with her. Confidence is a feeling. Confidence is a feeling. Confidence is not something you go buy, you can just go get. It's something you have to work on. And you have a story, you have a journey. And one of the ways we can build our confidence very quickly is, when did I have confidence in my journey and in my story? And how do I feel that way again? Maybe you were in the 5th grade, maybe you're in high school, maybe you're in college, maybe it's when you had a baby, but you can go back and think about that. And writing your story out, if you haven't done that, is extremely helpful. What is my journey? What is my story? And you can lean it any way you want, but you don't want it to be destructive. But your story is who you are, what happened to you as a child, what's happening to you now, where do you want to go, do you need a new identity, what exactly do you need to make you feel good? So if you haven't done this, it's a great exercise. If you journal, or if you're just wanting a few quiet moments in a chair, looking out the window, cup of tea, what is my story? What do I want my story to be? It's really important. It really helped me a lot. It really helped me a lot when I was able to sit down and go, wait a second, why am I shaming myself over this? This happened because of that, and that's okay. I can deal with that. Make sure that you surround yourself with lovely friends who build your confidence. Having really great friends that are supportive and love you and want the best for you, they will build your confidence. Oh my gosh, Darcy, I love your hair today. Oh my gosh, I love that sweater. Where did you get that? Have friends around you that are loving and kind and wonderful, and they will help you be bolder, bigger, more confident, and they will also help you feel more beautiful because those types of people have positive energy, and that positive energy goes back onto you. It's okay to have one or two toxic acquaintances out there or friends. A lot of us do, but your core should be beautiful, beautiful women who love you and who build you up. And that can give you a lot of confidence when you have strong friendships. And if you don't, that might be something you might want to think about moving into next year. The other thing that I think is incredibly valuable is really know your beliefs and your values and hang on to those. No matter what's going on in your life moving forward, your beliefs and your values should really not waver. They should really be there standing in concrete. I have a huge issue with people that lie. I'm like, why lie? Why not just tell the truth? Um, so your beliefs and your values and excuse me, the things that you really feel strong about will build your confidence and will build your boldness when you can step into that. Maybe it's your faith. Maybe it is some of the things that you think that you can put out into the universe to make the world a better place. But your beliefs and your values are really the core of who you are, and you need to make sure they stay there, right? And, I don't like gossip, so I don't have a lot of people that come up to me and start gossiping because they know that I am a drama-free zone and that I don't like gossip. I think it's very, very damaging. So that's something people know about me. That's part of my values, my beliefs, my core, what's important to me. It's important that people know that about you. It can make you the most beautiful woman in the room because you have very strong beliefs and values, and people know that. And don't be afraid to be different, and don't be afraid to step into that. It's extremely attractive. How many of us have met a woman in a room and all the heads are turning? She's got boldness, she's got confidence, she walks a certain way. It's not because she's the most beautiful woman in the room. It's because she has dialed into her beliefs and her values, and they have given her boldness and confidence, and they make her feel really, really important and respected. And that, what comes out of that is that beautiful beauty that just starts shining right out from you because people can see it. And trust me, they want it. They envy you if you have that because that is a really valuable thing to have. Okay, where are we? I think also it's so important to be a big girl and accept criticism. Now, a lot of people get very defensive, and I have been in that boat where it's not my fault. I wasn't involved in it. I didn't do it. But accepting criticism is a very, very strong superpower. It's like learning to say no, right? Learning to say no is so important. No, thank you. No, I do not want to have my uncle over for Christmas. He is a horrible person. No. So, learning to accept criticism is really important. And I really think it's a superpower. It really puts you above the average person when you can say, thank you for sharing that with me. And you can slide your car into neutral. You don't really have to respond when people are willing to criticize you or make comments about you, or you can slide into neutral and just, this is what I do. I just slide into neutral and I go, oh, okay, thanks for sharing. Or I say something really, really important, like, that's very interesting. And it is interesting to me. I do want to hear what other people have to say about things, but I don't have to instantly get defensive. right? One of my pet peeves is I really don't like it when people take credit for other people's actions. And this recently happened to me. Somebody was trying to take credit for something I did, and I let it go. And it felt really good, to be honest. I just was like, you're a big girl. Let it go. And I did let it go. And it kind of turned around. Many times it kind of turns around on that person that's trying to do that. Something that is really unattractive, right? Many times that comes back to that person. Some people call it karma. I just think that's the way the universe works. So I think it's super important to um, be willing to accept criticism, be willing to use that to move your life forward. And I think the other thing I wanted to, a couple of other things I want to mention real quick is don't don't forget, especially this time of year, don't forget to give back. Giving back is really building you up as a incredibly valuable person. It could be, one year we took a bunch of items to a shelter where there were a lot of unwed moms, and we made stockings for the kids. And I love doing hands-on giving back. I'm not a huge check writer, although I think that's important, but I love to do hands-on. I love to go out in the community and find somebody that really needs something. And so this is a really wonderful time of year to add an extra person to your gift list, help a neighbor. But giving back really builds a lot of confidence and makes you feel so good about yourself because it's such a selfless thing to do, right? The other thing I want to mention is it's really important if you want to be big and bold and beautiful and confident. Always keep your visualizations. Okay, I know that's not a hard word. I don't know why I struggled with that. Always be able to visualize what you want in your life and keep it in front of you. Keep it in front of you what you want, your goals, uh, the areas that you want to change. Uh, Try seeing yourself in a different identity, a new job. Visualizing things has an enormous amount of power to it. And some people even do visual boards and things like that. And that's a whole nother topic. But keep in front of you the things that are really important to you and be willing to visualize those things if they haven't uh, come to your life yet. Um, Sit back and go, yeah, I just see myself here. I see myself in a new location. I see myself traveling next year. It's a really important way to keep our positive energy up, to build us up, and also it really helps us with our confidence because we go, oh, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I want to visualize that. That's where I want to be in 6 months. That's really, really important if you can keep doing that in your life right now. I also want to mention meditation. Meditation. Now, on my YouTube channel, Love Your Midlife, I do have many midlife meditations. Meditation kind of changed my life, and I'll tell you why. When you are filled with a lot of angst, like I was, and an enormous amount of worry, and I don't know what's going on, and you're really kind of bombarded by a lot of negative energy and letting it kind of push you down. Meditation, whether it's 10 minutes or a half an hour, gives you a time to go back into your heart and listen to your intuition. So if you meditate, this is a great time of year to meditate. You'll get grounded, you'll feel better, and it really is a huge stress releaser. Huge. If you haven't tried it before, go to YouTube. There's meditation videos, music all over. There are apps for meditation. You will be surprised. Don't do it once and say, aha, that really wasn't that great. Didn't blow my skirt up, whatever. Do it 3 or 4 times. A lot of people do it in the morning. I like doing it in the evening. It really brings me down. I'm a super high energy person. I've got to be moving all the time and going all the time. And meditation really helps you kind of get grounded. It really helps you listen to what's really going on in your heart and with your intuition because we are bombarded. I cannot believe all the emails I get. And I can't believe all the people that want me to buy their stuff this time of year. It's so overwhelming to me. And all the text messages. And when you sit down and you meditate, everything goes away. So it's breathing, it's focusing on something positive, and you continue to breathe, and it settles you, settles your mind, settles your heart, and quiets you. It's a quiet time that everybody needs. And even if you pray, which I do, I think it's still really important to meditate. They're two very different things, but you do what's good for you. As my daughter says, you do you, I'll do me, and we will we will be friends. So you do you. But if you haven't tried meditation, especially in a high pressure, stressful time of year, you might find it really works. I just had somebody reach out to me last week and say, I love the meditation videos and I really saw a difference. So I really want to recommend that, suggest it, whatever. Um, I think the last thing that I want to mention to you to keep in your tool chest to be this big, beautiful, bold, confident woman in midlife is gratitude. It's gratitude. When we can recognize and we can love everything that's going on in our life that's good, it's creating a lot of positive energy. So instead of letting certain things bring you down, which is so easy, it happens to all of us. It's family drama, it's work drama, it's an adult child that doesn't want to come home for Christmas. All of these things can bring a lot of angst on us. When we're able to practice gratitude, it turns our thoughts around. It turns our life around. If you have an adult child that doesn't want to come home for Christmas, what are the things that you are grateful for about that child? Turn that situation around. I am grateful that they love me. I am grateful that they finally found a spouse. I am grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. And write it down and live it and breathe it because it is really powerful to have gratitude for the things in your life that are really going well. We tend to get up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, another day of this, another day of that. I can't believe I have to go to work today. I can't believe I have to deal with, Susie or whatever. It's just the way we are as human beings. But when you get up in the morning or even during the day at work or whatever's going on in your life, and you can be grateful for the things that are going well, it will change your perspective. Remember, the glass is always half empty because you see that it's only half empty, or it's half full, and you're like, I can't believe this glass is still half full of water. I'm so thankful for that. It will change your perspective. I hope that you will take a look at some of these things. We've talked about them a lot on my YouTube channel, Love Your Midlife, on the podcast, Your Dreamy Midlife podcast. But this was just such a great time. It's such a great time of year to just do those reminders, right? Remind ourselves, yeah, I don't need to shame myself. I am beautiful the way I am. Yeah, I need to be more grateful. Yeah, I think I really want to appreciate my friends this Christmas. I really want to take all my friends out to lunch. They've been so supportive. What are the positive things that you can focus on about your world and your life? And how can you believe that your life can be big, bold, beautiful, and you can have all the confidence in the world? I have loved this time together, and I hope this has helped you, and I would love to hear from you. And I will see you soon. Bye, babes.